It's the Christmas season, everybody, and that means a multitude of things. Fun with the family, sweets galore, cold, Christmas music coming out of every orifice in the world. The mood is right, the spirit's up, we're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. And last but by golly, certainly not least, Christmas movies. So, to celebrate one of my favorite times of the year, I will be looking at a plethora of Christmas movies starting from now to the end of winter break. And what better way is there to start than to take a look at a true Christmas classic, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Releasing November 9th, 1999 on VHS and DVD. Wait, why did it come out a month before December? Whatever. Tells three separate tales, with each focusing on a specific character or characters for each one, with the first tale revolving around Huey, Dewey, and Louie and the rest of their family, the second focusing on Goofy and Max Goof, and the final story focusing on Mickey and Minnie Mouse, each story different from the last, and each conveying an overall message to learn from. We have three stories, which in turn means three separate plot summaries, three separate reviews, all bundled into one glorious package. I wouldn't be doing this movie justice if I were to do it any other way, so without further ado, let's start with the first of the three, Stuck on Christmas. But before we do that, let's go over what this movie does great overall. The animation is crisp, colorful, and full of charm and love. You can feel the care they put into it in every frame. The voice acting is, of course, wonderful. They've been doing it for years. It's a given that it's going to be good. And finally, it's very lighthearted with jokes aplenty and feel-good moments throughout. Short segment, I know, but that's because we have a lot to unpack with the plot of the stories. Huey, Dewey, and Louie awake on Christmas morning happy as can be. They rush downstairs, open their presents where Donald gives them each a sled. Overwhelmed with excitement, they rush outside without reading the card, not before getting smothered to death by their aunt though. They play outside all day before having to come in for dinner. Afterwards, they play with their toys while the rest of the family sings songs. Before long, however, it's off to bed with them. Sad to have Christmas be over so soon, they make a wish that it can be Christmas every day before hesitantly going to bed. The next morning, they awake to discover that it's Christmas Day again. Realizing their wish had come true, they get the most out of the day, doing everything they did the day before, again, and again, and again. Fed up with living the same day over and over again, the brothers turn mischievous in hopes of something changing. Their efforts backfire, however, as they end up ruining Christmas for the entire family. Saddened by their actions, they vow to make tomorrow's Christmas the best one ever. They deliver on that vow, which stops it from being Christmas every day in the process, thus bringing an end to their tale. Overall, I loved this story, plain and simple. It was fun, easy to follow, morality questioning because the ducks eat a Christmas turkey for dinner, and on the day they make everything right, they eat ham. And it's also a little tear-jerking. On the day they decide to ruin everything, they trash the house, leaving only the tree and all of the chaos. Donald makes note of at least having that, but it falls on him in an act of cruel irony, and instead of getting mad, like usual, he lays there completely defeated, knowing that he wasn't able to give his family a good Christmas. And while that's happening, Huey, Dewey, and Louie read the heartwarming poem that Donald wrote on the card, to which they respond by turning the three sleds into one boat for Donald. Oh, my little heart. Yeah, in short, yeah, it's pretty good. Next, second up is A Very Goofy Christmas, centered around Max and Goofy. This tale begins with a chase, as Max and Goofy try to catch a mail truck so they can deliver a letter to Santa. Afterwards, they return to their home, where Pete just tells Max Goof straight up that Santa isn't real. Dude, seriously, he's like 8. Saddened with the news, Max begins to have doubts of Santa's existence while Goofy does his best to make sure Max still believes. All the while, Max remains doubtful. They make and have dinner with their neighbors, whereupon Santa arrives to talk to the children, only for it to be revealed that it was just Goofy in a costume, which does nothing to help Max's dilemma. Determined to have Max believe again, Goofy decides to wait outside all night so he can get a picture of Santa, or as he called him, Santy Claus, and prove he's real, only for Goofy's belief to be shattered, which Max tries his best to fix. When it seems like the spirit of Christmas is destroyed, Santa shows up to give Max the gift he's always wanted, bringing an end to our second tale. Much like the first one, I have nothing but praise to give here. It's a beautiful story of a father wanting nothing more than to keep the spirit and belief of Santa alive, and just like the first tale, it pulled no punches in trying to make me cry. The neighbors that Goofy has dinner with aren't as fortunate as him, and seeing him bring them dinner was extremely touching and felt very very grounded in its source material. The scene of Goofy staying out in the cold so he can snap a picture of Santa for Max is equally as heartwarming. Overall, it's great, and I can't say enough good about it. Which brings us to our final tale, Gift of the Magi, with Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our story begins with Mickey wanting to buy a chain for Minnie's watch, but unfortunately is short on cash. With determination in his heart, he heads off to work at the Christmas tree farm, where upon helping an old woman with a tree, Mickey is tipped basically all the money he needed to get the present. While this happens, Mickey's boss Pete pressures a poor family into getting a tree they can't afford, saying the rest of the trees are reservated. Mickey gives them a cheaper tree he found out back, which angers Pete, who takes Mickey's tip as compensation for the loss on the sale. Dude, that's illegal. That literally wasn't your money to take. Mickey could actually get the police involved, you douchebag. Whatever, Pete shoves the cash along with a lit cigar in his back pocket, which causes him and in turn the Christmas tree farm to go up in flames. Serves you right, prick. Out of ideas, Mickey decides to pawn off his prized harmonica so he can afford the watch. After a race to get to the store before it closes, Mickey is able to complete the trade and get back to Minnie in time where they exchange presents. In an act of beautiful, touching irony, Minnie got Mickey a case for his now pawned harmonica, which she afforded by selling her watch. Realizing how much love it took on both ends, the two cozy up by the fire together, and our complete tale ends with all the characters from every story meeting up to sing one final carol, bringing Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas to a close. We're 3 for 3 on amazing stories. It's almost like Disney is known for this kind of stuff. Weird. Nevertheless, this one is just as great as the other two, telling a beautiful story. I also like how both of them gave up something for the other. It wouldn't have felt as heartwarming otherwise. The story also does a wonderful job showing how much of a good person Mickey is. Giving the cheaper tree to the family, stopping to play a song for the local fire department when he's trying to get to the store. It's lovely stuff, and just like Goofy and Max's story, provides a great sense of realism to the season of Christmas. Not everyone is as fortunate as others, and some really have to make do, and it's really important to express kindness towards as many people as you can, and this movie does an excellent job of portraying that overlapping theme. It's the message of the movie. Well, that or never associate with Pete. In conclusion, this was a fantastic watch and will do an amazing job getting you into the holiday spirit. 3 beautifully crafted short stories conveying one wonderful message. It is honestly not only one of the best Christmas movies, but I'd argue it's one of the best Disney movies, like top 20 at least. You heard me, it's that good. If you have Disney Plus, watch it. If you don't, it's all on YouTube in segmented parts, so you can watch it there too. So if it wasn't obvious enough, I completely recommend it. And that is why Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas is great. And with that all said, I'm Easily Easy, and I'll see you next time.